So as you can probably tell by the fact that I wear this stuff pretty much every day, I'm on the women's soccer team. I was talking to my RA about this the other day because she was asking when our next game was, because she really wanted to get involved and come along and support us. So I told her, it's at Saturday at noon, by the way, hopefully you can all come. But unfortunately she had work. So that got me thinking, there's got to be a way in which we can make the most out of our college experience and get involved with all the things that we want to, without having to compromise it for work and other responsibilities like that. So today I'm going to offer you an insight into exactly how we can do that here at Rider University. So although you might be enjoying your university experience as a whole, you might still find that sometimes on like weekday evenings or at the weekends you get a little bored. And if that sounds like you wouldn't be the only one. Rider University was only given a C rating for social life on the studentsreview.com, which, as you can probably tell from the name, is like a website where students go on and they can rate their university in different respects. This poor grade is probably down to the fact that we're sort of in the middle of nowhere, like the only place you can walk to is Dunkin' Donuts. There's not a lot to do on weekday evenings apart from row, but only if you're 21 of course. And there's not a lot to do at the weekends unless you have a car and can afford to be like driving miles each weekend to find something fun to do. But unfortunately, as most of us are poor college students, we can't afford that, so we end up bored a lot of the time. Well, luckily, there's a solution to this issue. You guys should get involved and support the university's sports teams. So that's not just the varsity teams, that's the intramural teams, the club teams, anything. There's always going to be something to suit your tastes. According to the Go Bronx website, which is the Rider Athletics website, there are 6 different sports available to watch in the spring season, D1 ones that aren't including teams like us and women's basketball who are in their spring season, and it's not including the club sports, which there are 20 of. These sports include baseball, softball, track and field, men and women's tennis, and golf. So even if you didn't fancy those sports, it provides you a great opportunity to try a new sport, go along, and you might find you enjoy it. So me personally, coming from England, I never really liked basketball, sorry. I didn't understand it. It was just one of those sports that nobody played at home. The Americans played it, and that's just weird, But I came here, my friends were like, oh, come along to the basketball game, you'll enjoy it. I was like, oh, right, fine, I'll come along, see what it's about. I got there and I actually loved it. I found it, I really enjoyed it. And we went along with our friends, and the new sports, going along, trying them out, really can surprise you. However, going along and supporting, sitting in the stands and cheering and everything, isn't the only way that you can all get involved with sports on campus. You yourselves could join a club. Like I said, there's around 20 different athletics clubs that you can all join. And also, if you didn't fancy playing the sport yourself, you could apply to become one of the managers of the teams, which is actually like a paid position, which you might not have known about. So by doing even one of these things, not only could you cure your boredom, but as the usnews.com shows, you could also discover new friends, passions, and strengths, and build your resume while getting fitter and even earning some money. So although you might have thought that just going along to the games and sitting in the stands was the only way to get involved, as I said before, that's clearly not true. By joining one of the intramural or club sports, you can make new friends outside of your current social group, which only provides you with more things to do instead of sitting in your room watching Netflix and procrastinating essays, which we all do. Also, obviously, there's the evident health benefits. You're going to get fitter, feel better about yourself, and who doesn't want that? You're going to find new talents and new passions that you might never have found before. And obviously getting involved with all these things also helps build your resume, especially if you do get the managerial position. Obviously that's work experience, and as I said, for poor college students like us, you get paid as well, so that's great. So now that you know how getting involved with sports teams on campus in lots of different ways can help you to have a better college experience overall, I hope you're all interested to find out how you can go about doing that here at Rider. So the schedules for the varsity teams and the coaches, the contacts if you wanted to apply to be one of the managers, they're all on the athletics website, gobronx.com. And then if you wanted to join the club teams or the intramural ones, if you go on rider.edu, just the main Rider website, which I'm sure we'll go on, it's under the student life tab. You can find it all in there. And the best thing about it is that a lot of it doesn't even cost a penny. Watching all our games here are free to all Rider students, and the club sports, depending on which you choose, don't have to cost the earth either. So after I told my RA about all these different ways that she could get involved, she thought, well, yeah, I can't make it to your game, but maybe I'll try a different sport. So she actually ended up going along to one of the field hockey matches. She'd never really thought about going to a field hockey game before, but she thought she'd give it a try. So she realised by trying something new that she didn't have to compromise her work, she didn't have to compromise getting involved. She could do both, and she feels that she's had a better overall college experience because of that.